if you want something bad enough, you got to figure a way to get it. And you know, if it's a business type situation like we're all in, you have to want that so bad. It has to be a burning desire that you won't let anything get in your way.
It is a beautiful Sunday morning here in Las Vegas. We want to welcome you to B&G's On Point, and I'm super excited today because we have actually one of our really good friends for the last, I would say, almost 5 years now. And he's going to talk to you, and we're going to pick his brain today about his success story, his journey. He's actually a best-selling author for Success Manifesto. He's a celebrity personal trainer, national bodybuilding champion, also an actor, and we have here today Mr. John Bezerra.
Hey guys.
B.
Yes. Hi guys. Okay. So, John, we want to hear your story from you, how you started, how your career started, and from the beginning.
I mean, you want the beginning?
Yes. Oh. Just like
So it goes way back. It goes back to. I don't even want to give you the year because I'm going to date myself a little bit, but I think this does anyway. So I was in kindergarten. It goes back to kindergarten.
Wow.
And we lived on a little farm in a little town called Delano, California. And my grandfather owned a trucking company, a junkyard. And on Fridays we would take the cars, the crushed cars, to Bakersfield, which is about a 40-minute drive. And every once in a while they'd take me into a toy store called Toy Circus. It's years, I mean, it's way prior to Toys R Us and all that. Mm-hmm. So I remember going in Toy Circus, I saw this bicycle in this magazine, and it was the ugliest thing you ever could picture. It was like lime green with a banana seat, tassels. Mm-hmm. It was called the Dill Pickle. That was the name of this bike. And I wanted this bike so bad. So, I mean, I was just in the store screaming, throwing a fit. And then I realized that was not the right way to handle my grandpa. So after we drove home for a half hour and my butt stopped hurting from getting spanked in the middle of the store, he made a deal with me. And he said, I will help you buy the bike. I'll pay you X amount a day to help me around the shop, and then I'll pay half. And so I was doing my little kindergarten math, and I figured out that it was going to take me till about a senior year in college to get the bike for what he was paying me. So at the time, years ago, people my age, we played marbles. We didn't have video games.
Yes.
So at school, the marbles everybody wanted was the big boulder, see-through ones. And I knew I could get a bag of those for 99 cents. And I could sell those individual marbles for $1. Wow. So I could make like $15 on this bag of marbles.
He was entrepreneur already.
So I figured it out. And after I got sent to the principal's office for getting in trouble for selling marbles, he told me that, 18 years prior, my mom had done the same thing with cookies. So I think a little bit of it's in the family.
Yes.
But that was my first entrepreneurial endeavor because I wanted that so bad. So, just understanding that you want something bad enough to do whatever it takes to get it, and then figuring a way out to do it. So that's
your focus is really there since you were young.
Yeah, I mean, there's those things in our lives that we've wanted, like our shoes we were just talking about.
Yes.
And you figure a way to do them. But I mean, if you want something bad enough, you got to figure a way to get it. And if it's a business type situation like we're all in, you have to want that so bad. It has to be a burning desire that you won't let anything get in your way. And, if you fail over and over, you just got to, one failure is one step closer to success. So you just got to figure that out and just go, make it a burning desire that nothing will get in your way. And, in business, everybody's going to tell you can't do it or you shouldn't do it or why you shouldn't do it. And you just got to tune that out and have tunnel vision.
Okay, so let me ask you, I know you have a background of like networking and you build how many, 56,000?
56,000
Wow,
people.
56,000
Yeah.
people. Amazing. So how did you do that? Like just totally like every day you're very consistent in like, you know, calling, prospecting and stuff.
Yeah, so the way that I look at anything in life, whether it be business, athletics, training people, building network market, whatever, is I still go back to my childhood as an athlete because I had a lot of success. And it wasn't because I was a superhuman. I wasn't. I was a little kid. I was a slower kid. But my grandfather, again, you know, he would put me in martial arts and make sure I'd go a half hour early, stay a half hour late. And in martial arts or wrestling or everything that I've done well in, there's, you know, the people that have the things you want, the people you look up to, the people that have done that. And you pick their brain, you get a hold of those people, and then you just put that system together. So in network marketing, I looked at it just like fitness. You have, you know, you learn from the people that have what you want, and then there's a system, and then every single day I just have a system. So what I do is I make 5 mandatory things that I do every day on a list, and I'm not allowed to go to sleep before that list is checked off. So if it's prospecting, I'll prospect 10 people. Number 2 is follow up. Number 3 is learn something new about the business. Number 4 is message my daughter, my granddaughter, and say, you know, but every day, no matter what, if you know, I got migraines in the past, but I still make sure on those days that all 5 things are checked off.
So
and that's been a simple formula.
One. So just like have 5 things.
Like no matter what.
No matter what.
You were just
even if you're on vacation or something's going on.
And you have to be consistent in doing that.
365 days a year.
Wow.
And that's and I know you guys, and that's the way it is. You do it every day. Yeah.
So now I know that there was a lowest point in your life, and that's one of them when you lost everything, you know. How did you cope up with it? What are the things did it take you long or, you know, before coping up on what happened? How did you bounce back?
So I've had a lot of low pipe thoughts in my life, you know, whether it's been a bad relationship or a bad business. I had a big gym out in California and it was thriving, and they literally shut the shopping center down I was in. And I lost probably $250,000 plus on that deal. And, you know, you can let it get to you. The only one's in control of the way you think is you.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
You know, I had my little pity party for a few days. And then I was like, you know what? Well, there's a bright side to this because I had all this stuff. There was little problems here and there, and now I can just rebuild it this way. In the network marketing, it wasn't my fault or the company's fault that we lost everything. It was a product we had, and the FDA banned an ingredient. It was something completely out of our control. So, you know, that being said, unfortunately at the time we only had basically 2 products. And that was the proprietary one that was kind of going viral, and it was gone. So I went from 56, I mean, you know, a lot of money a month to like under 500. And it was devastating.
Yes, it happened to us too, right?
And it happens. And
Yes.
you know, and that goes with anything. You can't, and you know, people that don't understand network marketing and have bad experience, usually the people that don't understand what network marketing is, they've either had a bad experience or someone's told them something bad.
Right.
In all fairness, most people have never tried. That's why the business gets a bad reputation, is because they hear something. It's a very legitimate business, you know. And you know, recently I decided with my brand to go completely fitness because I've done it 30 years.
Yes.
But I still completely think network marketing is the best option for most people. It really is.
Yes, everything is networking nowadays.
Everything we do,
especially right now.
Yes.
Like right now is
especially
insane.
now. Yeah.
It's
So
like
if
the
you're watching
solid
this,
business.
we're in the middle of the pandemic, and we're about 5.5 feet apart, so we're really close. But it is all networking, and it's you know, the chance of one of us getting the CEO position of Ford Motor Company. That's never going to happen.
True.
But we can be the CEO of our own company in a network.
Absolutely.
You know.
Correct.
And it's I mean, it's taken me all over the world, and I've met tens of thousands of people. It's amazing business.
Yes. So right now your main focus is the fitness, right? Can you talk about a little about what do you do?
So I've been a trainer, and I've worked with a lot of celebrities in the past, and I've always loved that. I've always loved that. And I've recently had the conversation with my fiance, and I've had ups and downs and other things going on. She goes, your brand is fitness. You do well at other stuff, but you help a lot of people with their health.
Yes. Correct, yes.
So I decided, okay, I'm going to focus on one thing. And so I'm kind of doing multi streams of income because I have my face-to-face.
Right.
I also have the online, which is incredible. And then we just had a meeting yesterday. I just filmed the world's first virtual reality masterclass for fitness.
Oh, wow.
So that launches in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we've already got 20,000 people in Japan that's bought it, and 3,000. So I mean, and even when I was in network marketing, I was always the fitness guy. I was always the guy the company would say, hey, you need to educate people about our products, you need to educate. So that was always my thing. So I just decided I'm 52, so I have X amount of years ahead of me, and hopefully not working 12 hours a day, but I need to make sure that the Fit 40 and over crowd has a good liaison that's done it. So that was my focus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I still, with network marketing companies, although I'm not building anymore, I'll help them with education because I still like the business a lot.
That's
now,
good to know.
remember we were talking about his book.
Oh,
what
yes.
motivated you
The
to
Success
write?
Manifesto.
Yeah, that's a nice book.
I
mean, like from fitness, from networking, acting, and then now author for the book.
Okay, so
how did
I do too much stuff, it appears, but it's my dad's fault. So my dad, ever since I was a kid, he bought a plane. He learned to fly. He bought a little plane, and then he wanted to learn scuba diving, so he became a scuba diver. And then he got boats. So in golf. I mean, he just does all this stuff, and I think I have part of that, like curiosity. It's like a lifelong bucket list. Like okay, I did the book. And by no means, if I tried to write a note to you guys, you would correct my punctuation. That's not my strong point at all. I'm a math guy. But, to be able to put something in someone's hand, and it obviously gives me credibility, and there's a portion of that for that reason. But, it's like that book's going to be there forever. So it's like part of a legacy a little bit. Of
course.
Like this type of thing, it'll be there forever.
Yes.
When I was a kid, and I'm older than you, and I'm much older than you, but it was pictures, and you lose pictures, and there's no record of it anymore.
Yes.
So this type of stuff, or a book, or something, that's really cool. It's there forever.
This is like history too.
Are you planning to write another book?
I am. So
a lot of people are waiting for sure.
The next book's going to be primarily fitness over 40.
Oh wow! That's really good.
Although
that's good.
It will talk about just like going back to business. If your head's not right, you're not going to be successful. You could have every tool. You could have the best company, the best product, the best mentor. But if your head's not right, you're not going to be successful.
Correct.
And
it's about mindset.
It's all about mindset. Everything in life's about mindset. And I don't want to quote the wrong person, but a president or something several years ago, life's about 10% what happens to you and 90% how you look at it.
That's true.
And it is true, because we could all be just making ourselves miserable right now for what's going on.
We could be all depressed, crying.
But, it's like, okay, well, this is the only opportunity we're going to have in our lives to have a 2-month vacation. So, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it.
Yes.
And be creative and stuff.
Yes.
So the book's coming. It'll be a 40 and over fitness book, but it'll talk a lot about mindset. It'll talk about also how to build relationships and business and stuff like that.
Yes.
And you've been writing it during the whole?
I've been writing it for a couple years.
Wow.
But it's like 99% done. And I think I'll do it, instead of doing the hardback through the publishing company, I think I'll go ebook this time, just because it makes more sense for people. People really don't go to Barnes and Noble, unfortunately, that much anymore.
And they're not open, I think.
And then there's that.
They're not open right now.
They're not open. But do you have any more question or anything that, you know?
Basically, from your story as a kid to now, it sounds to me, would you say that you're the hardest, you're always like the hardest working person in anything?
So if you don't follow The Rock, follow The Rock.
Yes.
Because the guy's amazing. And he was just wearing a shirt today that said, the hardest working guy in the room. And that was my thing as an athlete, because I didn't have the genetic makeup to be just a natural athlete. I had to be the hardest working guy in the room. So in business, I made sure I was watching what everybody else was doing, and you know, it was not competitors, but different teams than I had. I would watch them, and I would say, okay, well, they're having success with this. I should do that 10 times what they're doing. So yeah, you gotta. I mean, if you want to have that level of success that most of us dream about, you have to be the hardest working person in the room. And it's so easy. And I found myself doing it through the pandemic. It's so easy to put your feet up and start flipping through channels, and you'd be amazed at how much time that eats up.
Yes.
You know?
Correct.
Gone.
Even on just being on the cell phone, like, you know,
Yeah.
it consumes time, and then your focus.
Well, think about the show
seriously.
Ozark, right? Like
Oh,
everybody
yes.
got.
Everyone's watching
We
that.
haven't
I
watched
watched
it yet.
Suits.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
think about if you're watching that show, and I honestly like it because he's my favorite actor, Jason Bateman.
Oh, really?
But I love that guy. So I was thinking about that, and I was telling Laura, I go, just the amount of time this 3 seasons took, I could have got probably 20 new clients. I could have prospect 200 people.
Correct.
So, you know, you got to be willing, you know, if you're getting into a new network marketing company or building your own business, whatever, you have to be willing to give those things up.
Absolutely.
So if you pay golf Saturday and Sunday, and you may have to give that up. You may have to give up a little bit of time with your family, but knowing that the outcome of that collaterally is going to pay off. You know, but the clock only goes one way. It doesn't go the other way. And you know, once you understand that,
I like that.
yeah, but it's true. It doesn't go back. So you know,
it's
whatever
like
you
fast.
do right now
Correct.
counts.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, last question is, what is the most defining moment in your life?
I mean, that's just real easy. I mean, there's been a lot of different times in my life where great things have happened, but my daughter, I mean, you know, like when my daughter was born, I mean, I'll tell you, I was, you know, from a little tough town, and I was a big bodybuilder, and it was one of those towns where it was like locals only, and what are you looking at? You know, you had that little bad attitude. And I remember her being born, and I needed water because I was going to pass out. And I just remember, no, I am not tough like that. And I remember just kind of in the bathroom with my hands on the counter, splashing water in my face, looking at myself saying, you are somebody's dad.
Oh my God.
And it changed a lot about who I am, because, you know, there's no time in being a parent where attitude or your personal thoughts, and I mean, that little new person has to be everything.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing in your life to move forward, that's going to affect them, and now my granddaughter and so forth. So I mean, 100% when my daughter was born.
Wow.
Oh, wow. You know, you have any more questions?
I would just okay. For me, this is the last one I want to ask, because I know there's a lot of people that are going to be watching this, and they're probably trying to figure out what to do right now, right? Or they're in the business or in some kind of network marketing. What would you say are top 5 habits that people need to have to become like a peak performer, like yourself?
First habit is find somebody that has a habit you want to mimic and do what they do.
Yes.
And then the second thing, I tell everybody this, the most important thing I've ever done is that list of 5 things every single day. Here's the most important thing, and I know you guys have heard of it, not many people. Whether it's network marketing or you're building personal training business, whatever, you need to set business hours.
Yes.
And if you don't set business hours, that clock's going to get away from you.
Yes.
So how successful do you want to be? Do you want to be, you know, a double diamond or whatever type of pay structure you have? That's usually the elite.
Yes.
Or do you want to just be able to cover your costs? So that's going to always translate into time put in. and maybe you're really lucky and you find some superstar that goes wild and that person's under you, but you can't count on that. You know, that's 1 in 1,000, 1 in 10,000. So you just have to have that habit where your business hours, checking your list, following up, fortunes in the follow-up always, and really, you know, lead by example. Get in the habit of doing stuff like this. This is the new era.
Yes.
You know, Facebook Lives, making sure that
you're connected.
Connect, but put out good quality information. When you put out good information, whether it be social media, Instagram, Facebook Live, whatever, put out quality content. Don't expect anything from that. Put out stuff where people look up to you for just the person you are, not what you're trying to sell.
Yes.
And you know, what I do is I'll do a video and I'll give someone tips, whether it be fitness or business, and I'll say, hey, if you'd like more information on what I do, please reach out to me. I'd be happy to talk to you. So you never really try to sell, but you're putting out good content where those people, you're starting to people become magnets to you.
Yes.
And that's really important. And then absolutely your health. If you don't have your health, you could be the hardest worker in the room, but once your health's gone, everything's gone.
True.
And make sure you sleep good. You know,
Yes.
I mean, you know,
You gotta sleep good.
I'm trying.
It's hard.
I changed my hours now.
I mean, there's things to do to sleep, but if you're not sleeping, there's cortisol built up in your system, and just everything happens bad at that point.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, sleep good, because I think sometimes, often, before this pandemic especially, people are like, there's no time to sleep, and I'm going, no, you gotta let your body kind of rejuvenate.
So you got to, it's like if your phone is slow or a computer's slow, you got to clear everything out and reboot it. And if you're not doing that to your body, bad things are going to happen. So when you're getting good sleep, your mind's clearer and you're just more productive. So I mean, health, sleep, positive attitude.
Because it affects your mood as well, right? So for such a long time, my sleeping time is like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh wow!
And that's why probably before my mood, my temper, everything like that. But now I'm sleeping. I added like 2 more hours.
Well, that's a step.
So that's a step, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've been up at 3 in the morning, maybe twice in my life.
So what's the best sleeping out time for you?
I mean, for my age, 40 and over, 7 or 8 hours.
7 to 8.
And I'm just such a clock because I've done it so long. I go to bed at 9:30, and I wake up anywhere between 5 and 6 usually.
And I can attest to that, because like if you text him after 9, there's no response, nothing.
That's absolutely right.
But he's up at 5, 6 in the morning, so
it's a pattern. So I mean, health's everything, sleep, and then the other thing, if you're in network marketing and you're trying to build teams and be a positive person, no matter what your religious beliefs or political beliefs are, keep them in your head.
Yes, never discuss.
Unfortunately, in this type of business, and if you want to discuss those things, that's fine, but you're going to have conflict because you're always going to have 50% of people that think the opposite.
Correct.
Yep. So be a good listener and be a positive person.
Yes, that's good. So the main purpose of our like this, what we are doing, is to connect to people with all walks of life. Not only the people that's in the business, or not only the people in the networking, but some people that are gonna be who are gonna be listening to us will say, "Oh, okay, that's nice. They can pick up something," and that's the main purpose of us, is to reach out there, because a lot of people right now they're at home. They feel depressed. They feel like, that's what I always tell. It's really not coronavirus that's going to kill us. It's the fear virus, because we're so,
100%.
We're going to be depressed, anxiety attack, then it's going to affect our health, so our immune system is going to go down. So basically, just to, like having you today, I learned. I learned a lot. I picked up a lot in different kinds of, areas, networking, business, personal, health, and we're very blessed to have you with us today.
Well, I'm very blessed to know you guys. You guys are good
Yes, and please do promote your whatever you're doing right now. How they can get in touch with you.
Yep, just Instagram, John Bezerra Fitness, John Bezerra, Bezerra, and then my website's johnbezerrafitness.com. And last name again is Bezerra, and I'm pretty much accessible to anybody, as you guys know.
Yes.
Yes, he is. So.
Yes. And
He's
our
on Facebook Live
and our easy.
That's right.
Yes,
Great minds
try
think
it.
alike.
Easy's and NMD.
I mean, these make the world just a little bit better. Just kind of floating, right?
I know, I love it. Yeah, I got hooked. Like some of our friends got hooked to the NMDs, and then now is we're gonna
And
get
they
them.
said
to
the next decade is gonna be like the new fashion is gonna be like sweats and shoes like
This is the first time I've worn pants in 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, I was so
Oh,
excited
my
to
God.
get out of the house and put clothes on instead of sweats. I almost wore a tux. I was really excited to get out of the house.
Oh wow, thank you. Yesterday, for our webinar, I was wearing like suit and then like leggings, and that mirror was over there, and oh my God, like people can see it in the camera that I was wearing leggings.
Oh, that's authentic.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wore straight pajama pants with a nice top, and that was it.
One time I was wearing my jammies, but it's like, matching
No.
with the suit on.
Right. No, I picture Bernadette wearing like matching sweats, everything matching.
She's the one that matches. I'm normally that one that comes with different patterns,
Yeah,
different
I do
colors.
too. Yeah.
And before that, let me just give you something, a little something from both of us.
Yes.
Just 1
For
second.
being here.
Yeah, for being here, and I really appreciate.
Oh,
This
sweet.
is our,
Our hat.
Awesome.
Limitless
Great.
Limitless.
Awesome. Is that your actual logo and
Yes.
stuff? Oh,
Yes.
that's-
So we
that's
have the
beautiful.
lion
Check
and
this
the
out.
eagle.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes.
I'll wear that in my next training video.
Thank you
I
so
love that.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And thanks for coming,
You're
for
very welcome.
meeting us during the whole.
Yeah,
Sometimes
You guys are
people.
friends.
Yes, thank you. We truly appreciate you.
we won't get into what I think about the virus itself.
That'll be another episode.
That'll
What do you
be
guys
another
think?
episode, yeah.
We'll see.
Yes, we'll
Yeah.
see. What's
'Cause I'm
gonna
pretty
happen.
sure we might be on the same page on this.
Yeah.
I know. And then advance congratulations
Yes.
Thank
for
you.
your upcoming wedding,
Thank you.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Your wedding, your book, all of this.
I'm excited for that book because I'm on that age.
It's an important age.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need this, this
Yes.
content. There's people out there who don't have mentors or leaders. They're not
Yeah.
blessed enough to have, those resources. So
Yes.
this coming out, I think, is going to help
Yeah.
a wide range of people.
And then
out there.
just talking to those people, understanding that I may not be the person they click with, but there is someone out there, and
Yes.
you just got to find, if you find me annoying or somebody else annoying, you got to find the person you click with, and
Yes.
that's really important. And there's plenty of people out there.
Yes. Okay, so thank you guys for watching B&G On Point, and watch
And
out
we'll
for
see you guys, our next episode.
episode. Have a nice day. Bye.
Start that all in it.